For over a decade, Bonanza stood as a cornerstone of American television, offering more than just Western drama. It was a story of family, values, and unwavering loyalty. Central to this iconic series was Dan Blocker, who portrayed the beloved Eric Hoss Cartwright. With his towering presence, kind eyes, and gentle smile, Blocker gave life to a character that quickly became a fan favorite. He was the emotional glue of the Cartwright family, providing both comic relief and heartfelt sincerity. Off-screen, he was just as cherished by the cast and crew. But in 1972, tragedy struck when Dan Blocker died suddenly at just 43 years old from a pulmonary embolism following gallbladder surgery. His death sent shockwaves through the Bonanza family and left a void that could never be filled. The producers made a difficult and bold decision not to recast his role or explain Hoss's absence through dialogue. Instead, they let the silence speak volumes. The season 14 premiere, poignantly titled Forever, aired without ever directly referencing Hoss, yet his absence was felt in every frame. The tone was markedly different, quieter, heavier, almost haunted by the memory of what had been lost. Lorne Greene, who played Ben Cartwright, delivered a performance filled with authentic sorrow, reflecting the grief of losing not just a character but a close friend. The episode followed Little Joe, played by Michael Landon, as he struggled with loss and the challenge of moving forward. Though never explicitly stated, it was clear to longtime fans that the Cartwrights were mourning Hoss. Each scene, each glance, was steeped in emotion. Viewers at home didn't need words to understand the pain being portrayed. They could feel it. Behind the scenes, the cast grieved deeply. Dan Blocker had been more than a co-star. He was family. Photos of him laughing on set with his castmates served as painful reminders of happier times. Forever ultimately became a quiet tribute to a man whose presence had defined the show. The silence around Hoss wasn't avoidance. It was reverence. By choosing not to speak his name, the writers gave space for the grief to breathe, for fans and characters alike to mourn. That episode didn't just mark the beginning of the end for Bonanza. It represented a turning point, a moment when fiction and reality painfully overlapped. Dan Blocker's final appearance wasn't visual. It was emotional, embedded in the expressions and hearts of those he left behind. Watching that episode remains a bittersweet experience, beautiful in its subtlety, devastating in its honesty. Forever wasn't just hard to watch because of its somber tone. It was difficult because it captured something very real: the loss of a man who had come to symbolize the heart of Bonanza. As the screen faded to black and soft guitar music played, one thing was certain: Dan Blocker, forever our Hoss, would never be forgotten.